video, we will walk through a complete demonstration of CVR generation for consumption managed service project. Before we begin, please ensure that the project is in approved status and has an active resource allocation, as these are the prerequisites to generate a CVR. Since the process of project creation and RMG has been already covered in the respective videos, now we will proceed directly with the CVR generation. So let us log in as a project manager. This is the home page for the project manager. Expand the left navigation. Click on projects. Click on my projects. This is the project that we have created for this consumption managed services. So click on this project ID. Go to the project commercial tab. To generate a CBR for this project, please ensure the billing type is set for managed service. Sub-billing type is set for consumption managed service. Go to this PRJ PO tab. Here we have already added the PRJ PO for this project. So click on this PRJ ID to view the details. For this consumption managed service billing type, the new section that is capped details is added in the PRJ PO. So expand this to see the details. For consumption managed service, there are four capping types. In this video, we will demonstrate a scenario of PO level capping in hours. So in this consumption managed service type, we have selected as PO level capping in hours. Here we need to select the billing frequency. For now, I have selected as bi-weekly. We have an option called as monthly and quarterly. For those two billing types, we must provide a billing due date as well and keep the hourly bill rate based on the hourly bill rate and allocated value. The total capped man hours and also the man days are auto-populated. So also ensure the resource has been allocated for this project. So let us go to this allocation workflow tab. Here we can see the resource got allocated for this project. Once all these conditions are met, we can generate a CBR. So click on CBR tab. To generate a CBR, click on this generate button. Here in the CBR filter, we need to give the CBR date range. So let us select the start date as 1st April, end date as 10th April. Select the PRJ ID from the drop down. If the user want to see who resource who got allocated for this date range and also the PRJ ID that we have selected, they can click on this resource allocation hyperlink. Here they can see the resources who got allocated for the selected date range and PRJ. If this user want to download this resource information into the Excel, they can click on this download button to download this resource allocation. So let us proceed and generate a CBR. So click on proceed. Here we can see the CBR filter that we have given while generating a CBR. If the user want to download the CBR details into an Excel, they can click on this download button. If they want to download all the tabs, they can click on all and select click on export. If they want only overview, they can just select and export. Based on their preferences, they can just select the tab and click on export to the Excel. So now let us click on this invoicing horizontal tab and give the details. So select the task type category as billing work. For this project hours are 8 and let us fill the time card for this resource and click on save. Here we can see the time card got successfully saved. So let us go to the summary tab. Here we can see the summary tab details. Based on the details that we have provided in this invoicing horizontal tab, this will be auto-populated. So let us go and see in the vertical tab. So click on this invoicing vertical tab. Here we can see the time cards in vertical view. Based on the details that we have given in the horizontal view, here the details will be populated in the vertically. So now let us go to this non-billable time card. The resource who got allocated to this PRJSOW PO, if that user is having a non-billable task and he filled the non-billable timesheet, then those time cards will be populated here. So now let us go to this overview tab. Here we can see the CBR details. The CBR ID is auto-populated and it will be unique for each and every CBR. And if the selected PRJSOW ID is having funded by, here we can see that funded details. We can see the project details based on the details that we have provided while creating the project. Those will be auto populated. So let us attach the attachment. User can attach one or more attachment, and if the user want to delete the attachment, they can just click on this delete button to delete the attachment. The total PRJSOW amount is 1000. For the selected PRJSOW, the allocated value is 1000. So here we can see 1000. The remaining PRJSOW amount is 1000. For the selected PRJSOW amount, we did not raise single CBR, so the amount is 1000. And this current CBR billing amount and invoicing amount is 369. This is auto populated based on the details that we have provided in the invoicing horizontal tab. The user want to give the discount amount they can give, and for that discounted amount CBR will not be raised. And the attachment is mandatory. And CBR adjustment, if the user want to give the CBR adjustment they can give, and the attachment is mandatory. Here we can see the project manager comments are there. If the user want to add any comments, they can just add and click on submit. For now, let us click on save to see the CBR status. Here we can see the CBR successfully saved, and let us go and see the CBR status. The CBR status is changed to draft. So now let us go click on CBR ID to submit the CBR. Here we have a new option that is called as discard. If the CBR is in draft, we can just discard the CBR. So now let us click on submit. Here we can see CBR got successfully submitted, and let us see the status of the CBR. The status of the CBR is changed to pending for invoicing manager approval. Let us click on the CBR ID and see whether we can recall this CBR or not. We have a recall option. On click of recall, the CBR will come back to the project manager. He can just edit and send it back again to the invoice manager. So now let us log in to this invoice manager. As this is the home page for the invoice manager. Expand the left navigation, click on actions, click on CBR approvals. This is the CBR that we have generated and sent for an approval. So click on the CBR ID. Here, the invoice manager can see the CBR filters that we have given while generating a CBR, and he can just see the CBR details, project details, and CBR finance details. If the user want to attach any attachment, they can attach and they can delete. Even invoice manager has an edit right for this CBR. These edits will be populated again to the project manager. So if the user want to give the discounted amount, they can just give. And if the user want to give the CBR adjustment amount, they can give. And the user can see the summary tab. And if the user want to edit the invoicing horizontal view, they can edit. They can just see this vertical tab and also the non-billable time card. For if this invoice manager want to download this CBR, they can just click on the CBR download, and they can, if the manager want to download all the tabs, they can select as all and click on export to export into an Excel. If they want only a single tab or according to their preferences, they can select the tabs and click on export to an Excel. If the invoice manager want to view the full project for this CBR, they can click on this view full project details to view the project details. And if this invoice manager want to send back the CBR back to the PM, they can just click on this send back so that it will go back to the PM. So now let us click on approve, give the comments and approve the CBR. Here we can see the CBR approved successfully. So now let us go to the project manager and see whether the status got changed or not. Go to the CBR tab. This is the CBR that we have sent for an approval. Here we can see the CBR status got changed to ready for invoicing instructions. That's it for this video. Thank you.